Hello viewers and learners, I am Professor Anurag Mishra from Deen Dayal Upadhyay College, University of Delhi, and I am a professor there in the Department of Electronics. So today we are going to study the 5 elements of Panchanga. As the name suggests that Panchang is 5 ang, 5 limbs, that is Panch plus ang. What is a Panchang? The Panchang is the Indian calendar popularly used by astrologers, also known as Patra in common jargon. A Panchang is widely used to determine auspicious and inauspicious time, as it indicates positions of planets and nakshatras along with their influences on human lives. The Panchang literally means 5 parts. These are Tithi, Var, Nakshatra, Karan and Yoga. What is the importance of Panchang? As mentioned, the Panchang has 5 elements or components. Panchang is the basic source of information for any horoscope. Experts also carry out Panchang Dosh Nivaran, means error removal from the calculations, as there may be few errors while making a Panchang for a native. This is especially observed when we match the handmade and software made horoscopes. Association of Panchang with elements and their Karak planets. Panchang, Tithi, Var, Nakshatra, Yog, Karan. Tithi belongs to water, that is Jal element. Var belongs to fire, Agni element. Nakshatra belongs to air, Vayu element. Yog belongs to ether, Akasha element. Karan belongs to earth or Prithvi element. The Karak planets are respectively Venus, that is Shukra, Mars, Mangal, Saturn, Shani, Jupiter, Brihaspati or Guru, Mercury, Buddha. The first component is Tithi. Tithi is one of the most critical component of Panchang. It represents the lunar day and is the time taken for the longitudinal angle between the moon and sun to increase by 12 degrees. There are 30 Tithis in a lunar month, first Purnima to next Purnima, divided into 2 phases, that is the Shukla Paksh, that is a bright moon, and Krishna Paksh, that is a dark moon. Each Tithi has its significance and is associated with specific deities and rituals. Tithis are important for relationship, marriages, emotional health, mental satisfaction, etc. Calculation of Tithis. This is Bhachakra, that is Kundali, this encompasses 360 degrees. Then the first one is sign Rashi, that encompasses 30 degrees. Tithi encompasses 12 degrees. Total Tithis is equal to 30. Now calculation is 12 degree into 30 number of Tithis, that is the scalar value, it comes out to be 360 degrees. These are the Tithis and Tithi names according to Paksha. As you can see in this table, there are 2 Paksha, Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. The first Paksh, that is Shukla Paksha, starts from 1 to goes to 14. There is one more row after 14, that is 15. So that is Amavasya. Now in this 15 rows are there in the Shukla Paksha and 15 rows are there in the Krishna Paksha. The Tithi names are Pratipada, Dutiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashmi, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Treyodashi, Chaturdashi and Amavasya. Same way it is for the Krishna Paksha. Tithi name and their lords. Pratipada is governed by sun, Dutiya is governed by moon, Tritiya by Mars, Chaturthi by Mercury, Panchami by Jupiter, Shashti by Venus, Saptami by Saturn, Ashtami by Rahu. And then we repeat cyclically. That is Navami by sun again, Dashmi by moon and so on and so forth, Purnima by Saturn. Now this is a example Panchang of a native. As you can see, there are 3 circles, yellow circles here. The first one or the top one, that is the Din, which is Somvar. This is according to the Western calendar. I mean the solar day, what we call it a solar day, that is Monday. And then we come down to the second circle, that is the Tithi, that is the Dwadashi, and Hindu Din, that is Ravivar. And Suryodaya time is given, Suryast time is given, and Din Avadhi is also given. Then we comes to Vara. There are 7 days in a week. Each day is represented by a specific Vara, Ravivara, Somvara, etc. The weekday in Indian astrology is measured from sunrise of this day to the sunrise of the next day. This is contrary to Western astro system, which measures it from 12 am of this day to 12 am of next day. It is historically important to note that the mention of 7 days of the week is not available in the Vedas, the Vedanga Jyotish, and not even the Mahabharata. The astrological chart mentions Vedic weekday, not the ordinary weekday. That is, we have shown here the second circle. This is Hindu Din, this is the Vedic day, and the first one is the solar day, the Western system. The astrological chart mentions the Vedic weekday, not the ordinary weekday. This represents the fire element. This is also called solar day, and the duration of one solar day is 23 hours, 56 minutes and 41 seconds. It is a good exercise to know how the 7 weekdays and their names are arranged in the given order. Students can explore the reasons and logic of the given arrangement. For example, does it have any relationship with the order of their orbital periods around the sun, or is it there any other reason? Var and its lord planet. The first var, Sunday, is governed by Sun, Monday by Moon, Tuesday by Mars, Wednesday by Mercury, Thursday by Jupiter, Friday by Venus, Saturday by Saturn. What do we observe from a var? There are 5 elements in Panch Mahabhutas. These are water, fire, air, earth and ether. We observe fire elements from a vara. Fire or Agni provides energy and strength to native for its survival. Var is also related to natives' health and longevity. Importance of var towards health and survival. As mentioned, all vars are associated with their lord planets. It is crucial for any horoscope to observe how these planets are positioned within it and what is their effect over each other. This is specifically true for assessment of survival of a native. In other words, if a native is passing through struggle phase or at ease in the life. Health issues are also assessed from planetary combinations of var lords and their relationship among each other. Then we are referring to the same Panchanga again, which we have shown in the previous slides. Now in this Panchanga, there is a Western weekday as Monday, as I have already mentioned, as the birth of this native happened on 01:53 am on 23/01/1967. According to Vedic system, the birth happened on Sunday as the sunrise took place at 07:13 am on 23rd January 1967. So at 01:53 am, it was Sunday itself, and Monday will start at sunrise only. Accordingly, the var and its lord will be decided in the horoscope. Matching var lord in the horoscope. Now this is the horoscope of the same native. In this case, Sunday, that is the Ravivar, is the Vedic var, which we have already mentioned according to the Panchanga. Thus, lord of Ravivar is Sun, hence the name Sunday. Sun is situated in the horoscope with Venus and Mercury in the 4th house. Accordingly, predictions will have to be made keeping the placement of Sun in 4th house. This is significance of var. The main significance is that the lord of that particular var is situated in which house and along with what planets. Then we come to nakshatra. The nakshatra at a given time on a given day is the asterism, one of the 27 divisions of the zodiac, from Ashwini to Revati, occupied by the Nirayana sidereal moon. A nakshatra occupies 13 degree 20 minutes of angular space, that is 360 degree divided by 27, and hence running nakshatra is obtained by dividing the sidereal longitude of the moon by 13.3333 degrees, as 13.3333 degrees is equal to 13 degree 20 minute. Nakshatra is equal to longitude of moon divided by 13.3333 is equal to m divided by 13.3333. M stands for longitude of the moon. For example, if any nakshatra is calculated to be 2.780 by using above formula. This means 2 nakshatras are completed already and third one, that is the Kritika, is running at present. Also that 0.78 part of Kritika is over and 1 minus 0.78 is equal to 0.22 part remains for Kritika. So these are the nakshatra system with their Nirayana longitudes. The first one is Ashwini, that spans from 0 degree to 13 degree 20 minutes. Bharani from 13 degree 20 minutes to 26 degree 40 minutes. Kritika 26 degrees 40 minutes to 40 degree 0 minutes, and so on and so forth. Then we have Rohini, Mrigasira, Ardra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Asalesha, Magh, Purva Falguni, Uttara Falguni, Hasta, Chitra, Swati, Vishakha, Anuradha, Jyeshtha, Mool, Purvashadha, Uttarashadha, Shravana, Dhanistha, Shatapisha, Purva Bhadrapad, Uttara Bhadrapad, and Revati. So as you see that there are 27 nakshatras and one nakshatra spans 13 degree 20 minute. So as a result, we start from 0 degree 0 minute and we end up at 360 degree 0 minute. Now nakshatras are also connected with their charan, that is phases. Each nakshatra is divided into 4 equal parts known as charan or phase. This is also known as padas. Thus, there are total of 27 into 4, that is 108 number of charan, pada, in the complete zodiac. These 108 charan are equally distributed among 12 rashis, so that each rashi has 9 charan. The moon covers these 27 nakshatras in a sidereal month, that is the time taken by the moon to complete one revolution round the earth with respect to their fixed stars. Table given on the next page shows the distribution of nakshatras according to their rashis. This is the nakshatra distribution into their rashis. Now, Rashi name is the Nirayana Rashi, that is Mesh, Vrishab, Mithun, Kark, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishchika, Dhanu, Makar, Kumbh, and Meen. Now, as you can see in the third column, that with Mesh, there are 3 nakshatras which are connected, that is Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika. Then we have Vrishab. So we again find commonality between Mesh and Vrishab, as Kritika finds place in Mesh as well as in Vrishab. This simply indicates that when the Kritika has got 4 charan, 1 charan will go to Mesh Rashi and 3 charan will go to Vrishab Rashi. So it is an overlapping kind of thing. So this way you will find that there are multiple overlaps in the third column, and as a result these 27 nakshatras are fitted, are distributed among their rashis. So the first nakshatra is Ashwini and the last nakshatra is Revati. Then we come to Yoga, that is the 4th component of Panchanga. The sum of the Nirayana longitudes of the sun and the moon is divided into 27 equal divisions known as yogas. The sum of Nirayana longitudes of sun and the moon is first converted into arc minutes or kalas and then divided by 800. The quotient represents the number of yogas completed, and hence currently running yoga is obtained by adding 1 to the completed number of yogas. As an example, we can have, thus yoga is equal to S plus M. S is the Nirayana longitude of sun, M is the Nirayana longitude of moon in kalas divided by 800 kalas. So this is the underlying formula. Also that yoga is the Nirayana longitude of sun plus Nirayana longitude of moon divided by 13.3333 degrees. This gives me S plus M divided by 13.3333 if S and M are given in degrees. Here both the units for S and M are considered. S and M can be considered in kalas as well as in degrees. So there are two formulas given here. The first one is for kalas and the second one is for degrees. Now this is the Nirayana Yoga table. The first yoga is Vishkambha, then Preeti, then Ayushman, Saubhagya, Shobhana, Atigandha, Sukarma, Dhriti, Shula, then we have Ganda, Vriddhi, Dhruva, Vyaghyata, Harshanor Vaidhitri, Vajra, Siddhi, Vyatipata, Vanyan. And we have Parigraha, Parigaha, Shiva, Siddha, Sadhya, Shubha, Shukla, Brahma, Indra, Vaidhrata. So these 27 yogas are there. Now in this, the same Panchang we are considering again, and in this red color circle you can see that yoga given here is Indra, and I can correlate it with the previous table. This is at the 26th number we have got Indra. Now this slide shows the example calculation of a yoga. The question is, on a day in the calendar at 06 hours 30 minutes, the longitude of the sun is 336 degrees 15 minutes 48 seconds, and the longitude of the moon is 35 degrees 44 minutes and 20 seconds. Calculate the yoga. Solution. Sum of longitude of S and sun and moon, that is S plus M, we have to calculate. This is 336 degree 15 minute 48 second plus 35 degree 44 minute 20 seconds. This gives me 372 degrees 0 minute and 08 seconds. This we have achieved by first adding the seconds part. This is 48 plus 20. So this is 68. So 68 means greater than 60. So we will keep 08 seconds out of that, and 1 is made out of 60 seconds, and 1 would be added to the minute component. So the 15 plus 44 gives me 59, and 1 is added from the second part. This makes me 60 minutes, and as a result, for that 60 minute I have taken here 0 minute, and 1 will go to the degree section, degree component. So 336 plus 35 gives me 371 plus 1 added from the minute component. This gives me 372. So this addition gives me 372 degrees 0 minute 08 seconds. As this sum is greater than 360 degrees, we will subtract 360 degrees from the sun, giving us 12 degrees 0 minute 08 seconds as remainder. After converting into kalas, we obtained S plus M is equal to 12 into 60 plus 0 plus 8 divided by 60. This gives me 720.13 minute. Thus yoga Y is equal to S plus M in minute divided by 800 is equal to 720.13 divided by 800. This gives me 0.9 approximately. This simply means that I have not completed even the first yoga, because the first yoga would have been completed at y is equal to 1.0. Now this 0.9 is less than 1, thus it is the first yoga which is about to be completed. Thus this yoga is Vishkamba. Now in this table you can see that serial number 1, it is the Vishkamba yoga. So it is related with this. Then the last component of the Panchang is the Karna. Panchang Karna is based upon the lunar day or Tithi. A Karna is just half of a Tithi. A Karna is said to be completed when the difference between the locations of the moon and sun crosses the multiple of 6 degrees. There are 11 karanas, out of which 7 are chara, which is movable, and 4 are sthira, fixed or immovable. These are chara, these are the first category is chara, these are 7 in number. These are bhava, balava, kaulava, taitila, gar, vanij and vishti. The sthir karan are shakuni, chatuspada, naga, kimsthugna. Karna's arrangement in Panchanga. The 4 fixed karna are known as sthira because they always come in the specific period starting from the second half of the Krishna Paksh Chaturdashi, encompassing both halves of Krishna Paksh Amavasya and ending with the first half of Shukla Paksh Pratipada. Let us see this, let us try to understand this with the help of the table which I have given earlier. This one. Now you can see here at 29 number. At 29 number there is a Krishna Chaturdashi, and beneath this 29 number there is 30, that is Krishna Amavasya, Krishna Paksh Amavasya. So as you know that this particular tithi encompasses 12 degrees. So these 12 degrees are divided into 2 equal halves, the first half and the second half. So therefore at 29 Krishna Chaturdashi we will divide these 12 degrees into 2 halves, the first half and the second half of 6 degrees each. So we will take the second half of 6 degree from Krishna Chaturdashi, that is the first component. Then we will have both the halves of Krishna Amavasya, that is available at 30 number, and then we again move to number 1 on the left hand side, that is the Shukla Pratipada. Now as in this Shukla Pratipada we are again dividing the Shukla Pratipada into 2 halves, that is the first half of 6 degrees and the second half of 6 degrees. So we will take the first half of 6 degrees from the Shukla Pratipada. So therefore we are taking second half of Krishna Chaturdashi, first and the second half of Krishna Amavasya, and the first half of Shukla Pratipada. So this is mentioned here in the first paragraph, that is they always come in the specific period starting from the second half of Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi, encompassing both halves of Krishna Paksha Amavasya and ending with the first half of Shukla Paksha Pratipada. Then this is about the Sthir Karan. Then the Char Karan, these are 7 in number and they are actually repeated. The first one is known as Sthir because they are fixed once for all, they will not be repeating. The second one is the Char, they will be repeating and they will be repeated 8 times. You need to understand why they are repeated 8 times only. The Char Karan are 7 in number because they come repeatedly 8 times in a specific sequence covering the period starting from the second half of Shukla Paksh Pratipada, where we left the Sthir Karan. We left the Sthir Karan at the first half of the Shukla Paksha Pratipada, that is the first 6 degrees. So the second 6 degrees we will take up in the Char Karan. So this is, that means it will start from the second half of Shukla Paksha Pratipada and it will end up with the first half of Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi, where we started in the Sthir Karan. So in this sequence we will be repeating 7 Char Karan 8 times. This is left as an exercise for the students to find out why they are repeated 8 times. Now how we can calculate Karans? This is an example. This is the algorithm to calculate the Karans. If the longitude of moon M is less than the longitude of sun, then add 360 degrees to M minus S before dividing it by 6 degrees. when m minus s is divided by 6 degrees, if the quotient is equal to 57, 58 or 59 or 60 or even 0, then current will be Shakuni, Chatushpada, Nag or Kimstugna respectively. If m minus s divided by 6 degrees is less than 7, then take q be the quotient, that is the integer part. If m minus x divided by 6 degrees greater than 7, then subtract the nearest multiple of 7 from that number, and in the resulting number let q be the integer part. In this case, q represents the current starting from bhava to vishti and repeated 8 times, as we have mentioned in the previous slide. So this is one example of calculating the current. On November 26 to 2010, at time 5 hours 30 minutes, m longitude was 92 degrees 31 minutes 33 seconds, and s longitude is, that is the sun longitude, is 219 degrees 35 minutes 50 seconds. Find out the current. As m is less than s, we first add 360 degrees according to the previous algorithm on the previous slide. We first add 360 degrees to m to get its new value. Thus m minus s is equal to 360 plus 92 31 33 minus 219 35 50. This gives me 232 55 43. Step number 2, calculate m minus s divided by 6. This gives me 38.8214, which is rounded off to integer 38. Nearest multiple of 7 in this case is 35, which is subtracted from 38 to give quotient is equal to 3. Hence current is Kolva. Why Kolva? Because when we subtract 35 from 38, we get 3. So let us see how many current are there. Now this is the char current. The first char current is bhava, the second one is balva, the third one is Kolva. That means Kolva refers to when the quotient is equal to 3. So here we are getting quotient is equal to 3, and my current is the Kolva current. Thank you very much.